And all right, everyone, we are back with tehdeef, you guys. tehdeef, how are you doing today?
I'm doing phenomenal. How are you?
I am doing fantastic because I just realized there's an ultra stuffed animal behind you.
There's also a
yeah.
right next to him.
Where did you get those?
My roommate actually, they're a fashion designer, and they made that for me for, I don't remember, a birthday, a Christmas.
No, that's so cool. We got Ultros in chat right now. If you guys don't know, he's a longtime follower and subscriber, so he's probably going nuts seeing your Ultros there in the background. But super cool. tehdeef, for anyone who doesn't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I am a very, very new streamer. I run a very small guild called the Eureka Ward. We're a LGBTQ, very long acronym friendly queer guild. And we're remaining semi-competitive in the top 100, and I like to analyze things.
I know
all the things.
all the things. I know that some people in the community, if they don't know you, they probably know one of your members who are very prominent everywhere. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think Queen is pretty well known pretty much everywhere. Shout out to Queen, who I'm assuming is in chat.
I know Queen Druid couldn't be here all night. Queen Druid, if you're out there, I thank you so much. And oh, there's Queen Druid. Thank you so much for Queen for supporting the entire WoTV community. I think, you know, Queen has probably given everybody so many follows and updates.
Apparently my audio needs to be bumped just a little bit.
I did jack your audio just now. They are on a delay. Why don't you go ahead and say something one more time, tehdeef, to make sure they can hear you?
Sure, I'm saying something right now. How does that sound?
I think they can hear you now. I'll even turn you up even more. I'll turn your power level just a little bit higher. As another bearded content LGBT creator, how are you liking it? Are you having fun?
Yeah, it's really fun. I'm not super into the content creation portion. Maybe I'll make a YouTube for unit reviews. Who knows? But you do such a great job. I'll just leave all that to you and just stream.
Oh, and when can they see you streaming?
Right now that's pretty all over the place, but usually Thursdays midday to later in the day, but I don't want to interrupt Murloc's schedule, so I'll figure that out.
Oh, don't you worry about Murloc. You just send Murloc to the ground crying. We all love him, but he streams way too damn much. Just kidding. For any of you guys that don't know, Merlo and I are good friends, so so we're going to be talking with you about niche units, and there is a lot of niche units out there. I guess I'm going to start. What's your favorite niche unit?
So I don't know if you remember thousands of years ago when I first started following you, but I insisted that Ziza was great. I still insist Ziza's great, even though her attack is garbage and Monk sucks.
Interesting.
But there's definitely some uses for Ziza, so especially on auto.
So you're from the school of Merlo that believes Ziza is... Hold on, we both got Cokes. Hold on. Not sponsored by Coke, but if you're watching, the WoTV community loves you. So you are all about Ziza, just like Merlo. You like? Are you the Steel Charm, like the Steel Heart type of Ziza, or are you like the all fists all the time Ziza?
No, I'm the all lances all the time Ziza.
All lances? What? So you run the ultimate Pierce Ziza, is what you're saying?
100%.
So how does that work? How do you make a piercing Ziza work for the community?
So to keep her current in the meta, you need Oldoa's TMR. That is the one like defining factor of her being able to perform in guild battles at the moment. But outside of that, she's a great chain starter and chain finisher, especially if you're pairing her with Stern Dragoon. I mean, you hit Warrior of Light with the Nighthawk and then Dragoon lands on him, he's gonna die. So
wow, so you actually use her for Nighthawk then, do you?
Yeah, I mean, she's super great with it because she's got great speed. She's able to fill almost perfectly right before Stern would go. So she's literally like the perfect way to take advantage of that.
Wow.
But
so just
depending on the map too, yeah.
Just looking at like gear, right? I know that for the majority of Ziza users, Mithril Claws +5 is going to be the best. But do you change that because since you no longer need the Oh my god, I'd never say it. The blunt? Is it called blunt attack in War of the Visions? I've never...
The striking attack?
The striking attack that nobody knows about.
Does it.
So if you don't do the striking attack, does that change the gear that you equip for a weapon for her?
You need the attack on her, really. So to be honest, not so far. Maybe if we get a really interesting fist, but I kind of doubt it. I actually use cat claws because I'm insane and farmed it. Don't do that. Just get the mithril claws. It is not worth it. It is 1 attack difference and 3% striking difference. Just don't do it.
That's a big deal. I don't know what you're... I mean... what other niche units besides running... So, I mean, hold on. Do you run running through snowfields with Ziza then?
So, I have a garbage running through snowfields, but I will eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this is more of a... I actually have a guild member who's running this right now at my behest, and it's doing very, very well, but they're using Diabolos to activate it as well. So
really,
watching him 2-shot a Warrior of Light is pretty funny.
So they're using,
and incidentally, their whole team.
So they're using a Pierce Ziza with Diablos to
Dragoon Stern. Yep.
With Dragoon Stern to kill Warrior of Lights. And is that Kadachi in chat right now that's screaming like "Daz me"?
That is Kadachi, yes.
So, I mean, that sounds crazy. And I'm sure if you literally like were telling people this strategy, they would say that you're out of your mind. But it makes sense to me. If you're running Ziza and Stern, what's your third unit that you're running?
A tank, preferably, because you need a lot of distraction.
Would you run Ruin Stern, or are you thinking Warrior of Light for that comp?
Oh God, are you saying that Ruin Stern is a tank? Are we going down this road?
I mean, if you're running a full dark unit, right? Like if you're running full dark units with Ziza, you have Diablos on, you have Stern. Why not run Ruin Stern?
I love your thinking. I would 100% do that.
Okay. Do you think Ruin Stern would be better than Warrior of Light?
Warrior of Light actually functions really well because he has such longevity on his hate. So you do need past what that Vow of Love gives you. So yeah, I mean, Warrior of Light's ideal for now. Personally, if I were running it because I don't have Rune Knight Stern and I'm not pulling on him, I would use my wonderful Dario, who would be maybe my next unit in the list.
So why do you love Dario so much? So I don't even have Dario leveled. And he is on my list to level. And I think he's look at all the Dario fanboys are going nuts. Don't you be talking about Whisper Chat. I see you. I'm just kidding. So tell me about Dario.
Man, I don't have to look at my notes. This is great. Dario's got wonderful split resistances, so it's the 10 defense, 10 spirit. He also in his main kit gets magic barrier, which is that 50% reduction for 3 hits.
Okay.
So if you're subbing in Paladin, he can actually use both magic barrier and Saintly Wall.
Does
God
he
knows
use
if his
both?
AI is... Don't know because I've never got to the situation in guild battle where he uses both of them, but he has used both of them before. So I'm hoping with the new AI improvements that are going to cause Ziza to be less of an idiot with Store, that will also affect that so that they won't overlap their buffs.
Do you think Store is really powerful though for Ziza?
Store is absurd.
Okay.
She personally is terrible because her attack is garbage, but you need Store to bring her attack up to a reasonable level.
She probably uses Store. The old AI probably used Store before she would get an attack off, right?
Oh, yeah. She just does store, and then walks her stupid butt in as far as she can.
Yep. Do you think Dario is better than any other MR tank in the game right now?
Ooh, I'm going to spark an argument about that. Yeah, for sure, 100%. He has Shikuchi, which gives him all sorts of interesting positionals that he can do. On this new map, you can put him in the left or the right-hand corner and really mess up anime AI comps because he can jump up over that wall and lead the AI into terrible positioning for them.
That's a really good idea.
And he's really defensible against both magic and, again, physical. If you really want to build him slower, you can also build him, if you wanted to, as a quick Spellblade damage dealer, but I don't necessarily recommend that, even if he does do 2 point something to kill Faye, and it's very funny. But I'd say that's a really, really niche usage, and even I wouldn't go down that path.
You wouldn't even go down the, like, putting Tetrasylphid card on him, and like full wind unit composition with Lucia and Yerma and
Yep, if you wanted to do a 3-person slash chaining team, absolutely. And they're all near the same kind of speed value, so you're getting really good movement out of them. So you could totally use it in that scenario. I'm not sure that it's worth using him over someone else in that case because his damage is on the lower side, but definitely that could be something that you'd want to look into if you were really interested.
Okay, here's a question. Now, I'm not fully sure. Dario can wear a sword, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, because he can wear a sword, do you think currently the best weapon for him is actually the Lazalia sword that just came out? Because it has both accuracy, magic, and attack on it.
I run him without a weapon.
You run him without a weapon? How do you run him?
I have 0 care if he does damage because I run him with Venera and Ketone.
Okay.
So the advantage of Shikuchi on him is he actually gets it far enough to position so that with their 4 movement and 2 jump, they're in no danger because he's well in hate range by the time they jump in. So, you know, turn 2, you're automatically on top of the enemy and they can be behind them doing all their AoEs and wonderful high damage skills with 0 worry about getting hit.
So what gear do you run on him then if you're running no weapon?
Oh God, what am I running right now? I'm trying to think about that.
It's double accessory and armor, right?
I like to switch it up all the time, so I'm using some sort of resistance armor. I'll be putting the plat helm on him for sure. That is such a phenomenal item, and hopefully if I get the +5.
Lord have mercy, I am not chasing
Honestly.
that at all.
So
bless your heart, Tehdeef. Bless your heart.
Sortilege for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you're not running the, you know, take advantage of the stats. You do barrier or shield depending, and then you run like Etra's TMR or something that gives him speed.
Yeah.
Now, before I was running Katone's TMR, and Katone's TMR is wonderful, but now he prioritizes it since the changes, so it makes it completely useless.
That sounds frustrating.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get that disabled for abilities soon, or you know, equipment.
It would be nice if we could prioritize abilities. But I don't think that's gonna ever happen. Yeah, you know, we get a lot of people who are like, I think a lot of people just like magically believe they're gonna completely change the AI of the game and like add gambits and stuff, and I just don't think that's ever gonna happen. Unfortunately,
no.
But what besides Dario? Besides Ziza, what else are you going to throw at me that is a niche unit that you use? I mean, are you going to tell me that bow meta is real, like Queen?
Oh my God, please no. Not yet anyways. You know, when Coconuts comes out, then it's going to be real, but for now, not so much.
Okay.
King Old. No one talks about this poor fellow, and although he's a piece of garbage husband and a piece of garbage father, he's actually a pretty good unit.
Excuse me, he cares a lot about the bloodline.
You know what? That does not make you a good father.
I feel like he cares so much about the bloodline that he's a father of the year. I don't know. I feel like King Elda is a very good unit, and I think the bloodline is very important. Tehdeef, how dare you call out King Elda as a bad father? I agree.
For the story.
I actually agree with you. I think King Elda is a very underrated unit. Tell me why you think it.
So if we look at his defensiveness, first of all, he's very, very similar to Orlandu. His big defining factor is he doesn't have that 7 and 8 defense, but he can equip literally any armor in the game. So you make up for that very easily by just equipping him more defensively, throw that golden armor on him. Suddenly he's just as tanky as Orlandu. So it's a 1-to-1 comparison for most of his stats. The difference is he's only 10% weak to magic instead of 20% weak. So he's actually very good with, again, this wonderful helmet I'm talking about, Platinum Helm +5, and just throwing that at him and giving him mixed resistances to slash and a bunch of spirit, and just send him running at an Agrius Mediana comp.
You know what's
most of the mages we're seeing right now are being accompanied by Agrius, so...
You know what's going to happen to Tehdeef is I'm going to post this video on YouTube at some point, and people are going to be like, Diggs, why didn't you tell us to chase the Platinum Helmet +5? It was so goddamn good. Why didn't we listen to Tehdeef? What are you doing? And I have to do this. Parade of Fools, I do see you. If you guys are familiar with Where's Waldo, Parade of Fools every day comes into my stream and leaves one comment. And the challenge is for me to see him. And I saw him today. So when you think about King Elda, and this is kind of the same conversation that I had with holy cow, 5 gift subs, dude, you didn't have to do that, thank you. If you guys don't know, he is from my raid static from Final Fantasy 14. Very similar to the conversation I had with Oran J about Eileen. I have this obsession with critical hit spear users. And I'm currently in the process of trying to max out my plus 28 critical hit Drakesworn Spear plus 5 for my King Elda, because I really want to do 100% critical hit rate spear build for people.
Sure.
How crazy do you think that is?
Not even a little bit. King Elda is actually really self-sufficient with this critical hit rate. Between Vacuum Slash and his wonderful crit buff, there's not a lot of reason to have to worry about running a bunch of like crit up vision cards on him.
So you're saying yes, you're giving me permission to do it.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. He's really great because not just is like he does high critical rate damage, but he does high critical rate piercing damage. So you go and hit a Warrior of Light with that, and he's not going to like his life very much. We have a very, very poorly built, i.e. using a Partisan Spear old user in the game.
Oh.
And he crit a Warrior of Light with his Spear counter for, I think it was 2 point something K.
Holy
it was
shit.
Very, very amusing. Now, was that Warrior of Light very well built? I don't know, but he did have both of his buffs on. So it was very amusing to watch.
So Red Link is deciding to try and be a party pooper in chat right now, and says that there's no room for King Elda in a water meta with Glaciella, with Irdira.
Sure.
So I think obviously...
So don't use them on your defense team.
I mean, I think obviously you could also use King Rob, because people seem to think that King Rob is trash. So tell me he's not.
So okay. I like King Rob.
Excuse, are you saying he's trash? Are you agreeing with chat?
No. I like King Rob, and his damage is crazy, and he's a wonderful accompaniment to a crit build character or God forbid an evasion build character. But there is something about him and the way he moves across the battlefield so majestically slow that I can't get behind. So for me, I have a personal bias against him. Has nothing to do with his stats or viability.
Is this ageism? Do you hate him because he's a daddy?
Hey, I love old, so clearly not.
So I mean, if there was a #1 War Division daddy for you, which daddy would it be, Tehdeef?
I mean, it's clearly Zazen, even though I'm probably sure he's like actually 19.
What?
Yeah. I'm definitely positive that he's just some young dude who's had a real rough life. And
wow. So I never asked Coffee this either. So we're kind of getting away from niche units just for a second. Does that mean you're on team Zazan? Because
yeah. 100%.
No. Tehdeef. No.
I know. You've got that OA fascination, but I just can't do it.
No, it's okay. Over Dario. Yeah, you're doing Zazan over Dario.
I'm sorry. So when I first started this game, I decided I would do the whole meta backwards. So I maxed out Zazan first. He was my first 99. I ran all over people in PvP with him because everyone else was 79, and it was hilarious. And then ever since then, I've just been wanting Zazan to actually be usable again, because let's be honest, you really can't do that anymore.
So when I was talking to Eileen, we already kind of did like a conversation about Zazan being a bear, wearing a Zazan skin. What would your image of a Zazan be?
I'm just gonna say like summertime Zazan. I'm gonna leave it there, and everyone can run wild with that.
Okay, so summertime Zazan is what we're gonna be looking at. Would you prefer Speedo Zazan, or would you prefer Swim Trunks Zazan? Am I embarrassing you right now?
Let's be honest about what Gumi will actually do if that was the case. Let's look at Brave Exvius. It's going to be swimsuit, and it's going to be like very little detailing.
Okay, so swim trunks or one piece for Zazan? Because I could see like a 70s one piece male swimsuit on Zazan.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
That's got to be the case. It's got to be made of bear skin also.
Yeah, made out of bear skin. I'm glad you have that's true. Zazan is winning our Discord community poll right now. So if you guys don't know, anyone who goes to our Discord, dig.gs/discord, and votes in our UR poll, Giant is going to make a UR rendered unit of your choice. So if you guys all vote for Zazan, we can give you a Speedo Zazan if that's what you really want.
You can do it. You've got this. Power to Zazan.
That's right. That's what everybody wants, clearly. So besides all of these units that we've talked about, if there was one unit that was your absolute favorite besides Zazan, throw them out the window. And Ziza, like, what would be your favorite niche unit that no one is going to expect besides everything that you've told me so far? Or what upcoming niche unit are you excited for?
I am less excited about newer units and more excited about finding interesting ways to use current units.
Okay.
I want to talk about Moshri. I see so many posts about Moshri in chat.
All right, so now's your chance. Convince Reddit and chat that Mashery is not trash.
I can't do that. I'm really sorry.
This is your chance, tehdeef. This is your chance to convince chat that Mashery is good.
For anyone who really likes her, if you like any unit and you really want to use them, you can find a way to make them work to a degree. Mashery, I don't think you're going to make work in an auto battle scenario in high level PvP or guild battle.
Excuse me? But, why not?
But in the future, maybe you might be able to get her to work in a Cecil team if you try really, really, really hard. But
tell me more. How are we going to make Mashery the most powerful unit in the game?
So you're going to disable a whole bunch of stuff and you're going to use Drain.
Okay.
And she is going to drain and drain and drain, and you're going to pray that she gets the crap beat out of her. You use it in a like spread out bruiser team.
So would you put Valve Love on her?
Self-sustains.
Would you put Valve Love?
You're just hoping that she gets hit because she's going to walk in and try to beat him up with her cane. And that's pretty much how you're going to play it. And she's your like random one-off light chainer, probably could use a better unit instead character. That's my take on her.
So you're saying Mashery is a no? Like there's nothing we can do to save Mashery?
Her eyesight is so poor. I'd be so worried about her missing all of her abilities, so I would not really advocate for her.
Would you say, let's say that you're a brand new player and you've decided you're not going to reroll and Mashery is the only UR that you've chosen and that you've rolled, and you really love Mashery. Is that a situation where you just delete the game right then? Or do you level Mashery and MR units and make it work?
That's a really hard question. I would just restart your game, honestly.
But we're in a world where they can't restart. They don't know how to delete War of the Visions off their phone.
Cool. Then you're running with Mashery. You're gonna put all of your faith in things like Vistral. And you're gonna toggle off everything except for Backstab and Steel Heart, and you're gonna pray that works for you, or use other kinds of weird tactics like that to win.
Okay.
And just hope that she can do her self-sustaining thing enough.
How do you feel about Christmas Mashery?
Oh, Christmas Mashery is phenomenal. I'll be super sad if we don't get her, mostly because she also looks great.
What about Christmas Ramada?
I like her, but she makes me a little sad.
Do you think she dresses a little revealing? I mean, her butt is like hanging out. Her butt is hanging out more than any other character. We're okay.
Is that really a problem though?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Global should censor that, right?
Oh, please. I watch streamers flick around their characters in 3D models and try and look up their skirts.
I think that's nobody in our
our
community. Our community would never do that. Our community is 100% wholesome. You must be on like the body paint streams or something, tehdeef. If you guys come from the dark area of the internet, tehdeef will be your guide today. This sounds like
I cannot confirm or deny.
No wonder Queen is in your guild. This explains quite a bit right now.
Queen might lead me down those dark alleys sometimes.
Since we're in the dark alley of the 3D models, which 3D model character is the most revealing? It sounds like know and you're ready. It sounds like this is a question you're ready to answer.
I actually have no idea whatsoever.
tehdeef, you don't have to lie to us. You can tell us the truth. It's okay. If you
So-
need, do you need to call Queen so that Queen can answer this question?
So Cabbage was spinning around Victoria at one point.
Okay,
And
okay.
I think that flap hole that she's got in the back is pretty damn revealing.
Okay. Can I just say, Cabbage would be the person to spin around a 3D model. Bless his heart.
Yeah, all the time.
All right, tehdeef. Well, we are at the end of our time with you on the stream. I think it's been pretty damn fun. Why don't you go ahead and drop where and when people can hear from you, and any last thoughts you want to throw out there?
Sure. I stream hopefully every Monday and Thursday.
Is it
Hopefully.
wholesome? Is it wholesome?
It's not wholesome.
Okay.
There's nothing wholesome about it. Although
Okay.
I'm very positive. It can be unwholesomely positive.
Okay.
Hopefully between 6 o'clock EST to 9 o'clock EST, which God knows what that is in your time. But
for those that don't know, those are the days I do not stream. So on days that I don't stream, you guys can go and check out tehdeef on those days. So way to go, tehdeef. tehdeef, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Even though you were a little lewd, I'm just kidding. It
was prompted.
Never. This is not Digs After Dark yet. Thank you for coming on, and we're gonna go ahead and hop into the waiting screen one more time, and then who we have coming up next is gonna be Prodigy. Most of you guys probably know him from his live PvP. We're gonna be talking live PvP, talking about his podcast with him and Danilboon, and everything else. So tehdeef, thank you so much one more time.
Thanks so much. Take care.